Okay, this is a final exam review. All right, you're expected to watch this video. I'm going to go quick through the problems to make the video short, but feel free to hit pause, rewind, rewatch. Okay, you're going to fill version 1 out, and then your assignment on your own is a version 2 using version 1. Okay. All right, so what is the measure of the angle? All right, so we have to compare the angle they want, which is theta, to the entire, all the way around the circle. So if this was degrees, it'd be 360 degrees all the way around the circle. All right, but it's not degrees, it's in terms of radians, so that's 2 pi, okay? So part over whole, okay, equals part of the distance over the whole distance. All right, now distance, theta is 31, distance-wise, not degrees or radians, but distance. All right, the whole distance is circumference, which is 2 pi r. Okay, so 2 pi, my r is 8. All right, now what you see on both sides here, 2 pi and 2 pi. Okay, so really all I have left is 31 divided by 8. 31 divided by 8, 3.875. There you go. All right, guys, 180 degrees is the same as 1 pi, okay? So if I want to change 207 to radians, I want pi, so I'm going to put pi on top. If I want to get rid of pi, I'm going to put pi on the bottom. So this is 207 pi divided by 180, okay? So I'm going to divide that, all right, but make it a fraction. Okay, hit the fraction button on my calculator, 23 over 20, okay? All right, now, number 3 is the direct opposite. 8 pi over 9. I want to get rid of pi. Okay, so I'm going to put pi on the bottom of the fraction and put 180 on top of the fraction. All right, so that the pi's cancel. Okay, so multiply everything on top. 8 times 180 divided by 9. And there you go, 160. Okay. Guys, special right triangles of 45, 45, 90. 1, 1, root 2, okay? So you take whatever number they give you and you set it equal, not equal, you divide by whatever number they is in your setup, okay? So I'm going to do 13 divided by root 2. Now, I can't divide by radical, so I'm going to rationalize 13 root 2 over 2. There you go. So what does that mean? This would be 13 root 2 over 2. And this would be 13 root 2 over 2. You always have 2 of the same because you have 2 angles that are the same 45s. Okay. Now, in a 30-60, okay, let me sketch that. 30, 60, 90. The short side is 1. The middle side is root 3. The hypotenuse is 2. Okay. So if I sketch this, the same orientation, so it looks the same, okay? This is 1. This is root 3 because it's across from the 60. This is 2, okay? So I have 16 root 3 and 2. So 16 root 3 divided by 2 is 8 root 3, okay? That means that's my one side. 8 root 3 is 1, okay? And then to find the root 3, I take 8 root 3 and multiply by another root 3. So it's 8 times 3 is 24, okay? So x is 24, y is 8 root 3, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's a 236? Okay, this is 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. So 236 is somewhere in here, so that's third quadrant. Okay. So ka toa. All right. So then the reciprocals of that, cosecant, secant, cotangent. All right. So this is h over o, h over a over o. Okay. So they tell us negative 5 over 3. Okay. Now, we're going to need, they want tangent. Okay. They want tangent. So tangent is over A. We need O and A. So O is -3. All right, we need A. Okay. So now I gave you guys in the past some triples, some Pythagorean triples, 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13. Okay. So when I have a 5 and a 3, the last number is 4. Okay. Now, but before you think you're done, it says cosecant in quadrant 3, what is tangent? Okay. So that means down here, here's our triangle, here's our angle right here. Okay. Now, hypotenuse over opposite. So the hypotenuse is always positive. So then that means the opposite, that's -3. And it's negative because it's going down. Okay. So then the missing side of the triangle is 4. Okay. But we're going to the left. So that means it's negative. Okay. Now, so from here, opposite over adjacent, -3 over -4. A negative and negative make a positive. Okay. All right, law of sines. This is where we set up a proportion and we put sine of an angle, sine of an angle. Okay, and then we go across the triangle. So the 42 goes with the 6, the 8 goes with the A, and that's what we want. So sine 42 is to 6, sine A is to 8. Okay, I'm going to cross multiply and divide. Okay, so 8 times sine 42 divided by 6. All right, now that is equal to sine A is equal to, let me make sure we're in degrees. Nope, we're in radians. Okay, sine of A is equal to 0.89217, whatever. Okay, that's not the answer. That's what sine A. So we got to undo that. So sine inverse 0.89217, 63.14. All right, so 63. Okay. Number 9. All right, we've got 54 and we've got Y, but we don't have any other angles. So without an angle that goes with, like Z goes with 6, but we don't know what Z is, right? So law of sine doesn't work, okay? So we got to do C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine C. Now, this C and this C go together, meaning the 54 with the Y. So Y squared equals 6 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 6 times 12 cosine. Oh, didn't leave myself enough room there. Let me move this over. Cosine 54. Okay. So I got to type this whole thing in a calculator, but at the end, I got a square root because it says Y squared. Okay. So I'm going to open a root now and square root 6 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 6 times 12 times cosine 54, 9.765, 9.8. Okay. Find the period. Guys, the period, wherever you start, the full rotation. So it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes up, then it goes back down to 0, and then it repeats. So one cycle before it repeats, that's a period. So pi, okay. Find the value of sine theta, all right, at, it says 60 degrees. So if you're taking a look at this, this is 30, 60, 90. Okay, so each one is 30. So 60 is right here. Okay. So we're at almost 1, but we're more than a half. And we're positive. So that's negative, negative, negative. We're at 0.9. Okay. The amplitude is kind of like the height, okay? So, but if this is the middle, if it goes up and down and up, the amplitude is just from the middle up or the middle down. Those numbers will be equal, okay? So this is at -4. This is at -1. That gives us a space of 3. Doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. That doesn't matter, okay? So then the middle is here. I didn't draw that very well, but that means 1.5 up and 1.5 down. So the amplitude is 1.5. Okay. All right, the easiest thing you can do with exponential is decide whether it's growth or decay. This is 3 to the x, so it's growth. Okay. So C is decay, D is like negative growth or something. All right. The asymptote is the number after, so +0. So these are both at +0. Okay. All right, let's try one more thing. The y-intercept is where x is 0. So 5 times 3 to the 0. Anything to the 0 is 1. Okay, so 5 times 1 is 5. This here in A is like 3. This here is 5. All right, so here's your answer. Okay. All right, this is less than 1, so it's decay. Okay, and the asymptote, again, there's no number afterwards, so it's +0. So decay and 0. This is growth. This is decay, but it's at 4. This is negative, I don't know, 9 or something. All right, and this is 0. Okay, so C. All right, guys, your task, you're going to write down everything on version 1 on your paper, and then on your own, complete version 2. This is day 1. The second half of the test is day 2. Let me know if you